Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Infantry Pulse, and today we're going to be going through a state of the game video. So this is actually the first time I've done a video of this genre, but it's not something that's unfamiliar if you are around the gaming community, or especially the Fae community. I just wanted to take the temperature of the game, see where we're at, see what's going well, see what's going not so well, and just voice my appreciation and then my concerns for where the game is at right now. We're going to be going over 4 topics, so without further ado, let's get into our first one. This seems to be the topic to talk about when it comes to Fae in 2021. Premium units feel more and more distant from their free-to-play counterparts with every consecutive banner, and many players are struggling to find solutions to powerful units like Fallen Edelgard and Legendary Sigurd, for example. The counterpoint, as it always has been, is that free-to-play players who wish to remain competitive must budget their resources better than players who are willing to spend money on the game. This is the case with almost every free-to-play video game. It's the very business model that keeps the game afloat. While the budget-conscious player can certainly strive and even thrive in the current meta, it feels as though the scales have tilted too far in favor of the pay-to-win player. Game modes like Resonant Battles, Aether Raids, and Arena are beginning to demand an ever-increasing lineup of premium units and skills that are being released at closer and closer intervals. In the 3 months from April to June, for example, we received Legendary Sigurd, Fallen Edelgard, Bridal Catria, and Not. All incredibly powerful, meta-influential units in their own right, not to mention the debut of the Trace and the Ideal skills. It has been more than a little dizzying. That said, while free-to-play players are likely to be frustrated by this whirlwind meta shift, if you wish to remain free-to-play, you cannot spend the resources in the same carefree way you might have once done and expect to succeed competitively. Asset management is as much a part of the competitive experience as climbing the ranks in the Aether Keep, even though it might be more boring. If you are having trouble, look at the way you're spending your feathers, orbs, and dragonflowers and ask yourself, am I putting these resources into places that will materially improve my competitive situation, or am I just building units? And truly, there's nothing wrong with the latter, but if you want to remain competitive, you must play every aspect of the game competitively, including which units you keep in your barracks and invest your resources into. I hope IS can turn down the drip of meta-defining units for a bit to give us all a chance to breathe and the meta to settle. I hope that free-to-play players get more easily accessible tools like Young Innis to combat premium threats. The upcoming Choose Your Legends 5 event should provide some new tools for free, so let's all hold on until then to see where we end up. I'm not sure Fae has ever been known for its story, but I did want to give a moment to touch on the PvE aspects of the game. The return to Book 2 in the recent Tempest trial was actually interesting and quite welcome, although I am still scratching my head as to why Niffle isn't a mythic unit. That doesn't make any sense at all to me, but that's neither here nor there. The Chibi Playhouse video was adorable, and Fjorm's cover of Let It Go was actually a nice little moment. These side story elements were definitely something Fae was missing, and I'm glad they've incorporated them in this way. Book 5 has not been my favorite, if I'm being honest. It has been fairly predictable for me throughout, and I don't feel as though the stakes have been as high as they were in Book 3, for example. It has returned to the classic warfare setting we saw in Book 1, and I think Fae's storytelling strength was the world building of all these different realms. That hit a high point in Book 3 and 4 for me. Book 5 has felt like a missed opportunity to explore, say, the magic technology that the dwarves use. Other PvE content, however, is truly thriving. I have absolutely loved the limited hero battles as an addition to the game, and legendary and mythic battles have felt challenging without feeling impossible. IS has really hit a sweet spot with this type of content, and I hope they keep rolling along this track. Arena is trash, and I hate it. That's the video. It is the worst designed game mode in Fae, and yet it feels mandatory because of the rewards it provides. Having to use only certain units based on their BST and use only premium skills inherently favors whales in a way other game modes might not. Or at least, to the same extent. That said, the introduction of updated and more diverse duel skills has made Arena a little bit more interesting as of late. Gone are the days, at least for the most part, of seeing the same 3 or 4 armor units over and over and over and over and over. Again, though, these are quite hard to acquire skills, so this renaissance is not available to every player. Unfortunately, maybe someday in the future Arena will be more accessible, but I will not hold my breath. Aether Raids, on the other hand, is my baby, and I love it. It is easily the best feature of Fae, and the most competitive. It has grounding based so much more in skill and knowledge than it does in resources, although obviously resources help a considerable amount. I know players have been recently frustrated by the advent of the not meta, but I have actually welcomed it with open arms. Light Season was feeling way too easy with the power differential between the light and the dark mythics, with the light being incredibly more powerful, and now it feels much more balanced. Winning feels great, but winning a fair fight feels even better. I have always enjoyed designing Aether Raid's defenses, but with the new challenges that have come up with Dancer Traps and Pathfinder, I find myself enjoying building and investing into offense teams a lot more as well. I know that this experience isn't universal, but that's personally how I feel. Much like the discussion I had in the free-to-play section earlier in the video, I must acknowledge that Aether Raids is getting harder, and using the same singular strategy that has carried you this far into the game's lifespan likely no longer works. We must adapt to this new meta, and I, for one, find that to be a pro rather than a con. I don't want to stay stuck plonking down my Norn and just winning every match because of that. I want the game to change and feel exciting. None of us would still be playing the game if it was still the Hector and Takumi meta. Like I said before, the pace of change needs to pump the brakes a little bit, but I, for one, am excited to see where the game is headed. So in conclusion, the state of the game is good, but it could definitely be better. I'm happy playing Fae. I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite games that I play, and I think you guys all do as well. I know people are frustrated right now with some things. We also had a recent announcement about Fae Pass becoming even more influential, so that's another nail in the coffin for free-to-play players, which is sad, but that's where we're at. It is a business and it is a money-making machine, so I can't say I'm surprised, but I am a little disappointed in IS for that part of it, at least. All that said, I thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the state of Fae right now. Do you think it's still fun to play? Are you still having fun? What do you enjoy most about this game that keeps you coming back over and over again every single day? So, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Happy 1-year anniversary week. Yay! Bye, everybody.